Bam, we're live. Bam, we are live. Good morning. Good morning, Jamal. Jamal, I saw you called in yesterday. Sorry, I didn't answer. Sorry, I did not answer.
There's a crazy
Who
echo.
would like to record this computer screen? Okay. Shit, I can't do it. I'm not capable of sharing screens. I didn't prepare right. Hello. Oops, I almost said my password.
Who are you sharing the screen with?
I was going to, I can't.
There's an echo.
Oh boy.
That number one, can you guys play number, hi Caleb, good morning.
Good morning.
You guys hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
That's way better. There was a massive echo.
Something's not right. How's that? Better?
Better.
Okay. Can you guys play number, boy, I have some interesting stuff to share with you guys today. Number 4, start the show with this. Good morning. Happy Easter, Adam. Happy Easter, Mr. Bruce Wayne, Jamal Smith, Matt Burns, Johanna 7x88. And let it play. Here we go.
When he speaks, it makes you wonder. He doesn't even know what he wants to say. And we know he likes the girls a whole lot younger.
Joe Biden's brain is on a vacation today. I couldn't believe I found that. You're welcome. You're fucking welcome. Okay, number 5. Start the show with this. Let's just blow our nut. This should be for tomorrow's show, but let's just let it fly. Let's let it fly. Jim Clisas, cuando en LA, buenos dias. I was texting with Colton Mertens last night. He said, "How's the?" Okay, here we go.
Sweet dreams made of tears. Who am I to disagree? I travel the world in the 7 seas. Everybody's looking for something.
Good morning. Who is this girl? I think I asked her to come on my podcast. And I couldn't get a response for it. I think she has like 2 million views. You know, I think Greg sent me a link to her. He's like, man, listen to this lady's voice recently.
Probably famous on TikTok.
You hear about Renaissance men? That dude is a Renaissance man, Mr. Glassman. He does it all. He's into it all. Architecture, painting, music. He's into it. Like science. I mean, he's really into science, physics, math. He loves math. Math nut.
I also heard he's a big fan of Paper Street coffee.
He is. He doesn't drink coffee, but if he did, he told me
It
that
would definitely be Paper Street.
it would be paper. I've never seen Greg drink a cup of coffee.
Really?
No, never. Not once.
Doesn't he wake up early too?
Yes.
I feel like the two go hand in hand. I wouldn't.
He gets up, so he wakes the sun up. He is that guy. It's not like, oh, he occasionally wakes up. It's so funny when I see people like there's that one SEAL who always posts pictures of his clock. He's not my cup of tea. Yes.
Good.
When you're an early riser, you know early risers, and I see that shit, I'm just like,
Jack me off.
But I guess there's a little bit for everyone. I guess like, you know, some people, yeah, I guess. Yeah, that stuff. Like, come on, dude. Really? But I guess that motivates hundreds of thousands of people to see his clock showing that he gets up early in the morning.
No shit.
Yeah, get some.
I went to one of his jiu-jitsu camps.
Hey, after what happened to Joe Rogan, that dude's response right there, that watch guy, I don't need friends like that.
The watch guy.
Like, I don't need friends like that. Go fuck yourself. His half-ass fucking... Like, I didn't know Joe Rogan was a fucking alcoholic drug abuser until that guy came out and defended Joe. That's what his defense sounded like.
You can head on over to BoboJobs.com.
Sevan, you're considered an early riser. Ask my wife. I was early. I wake up always.
Late today, though.
Like this. Hard like wood. I'm telling you. So... I heard this last night. This is not from a credible source. Those of you who are into the CrossFit stuff, this is not from a credible source. And I would love for someone to just tell me to eat a dick. So, and I'll
cue it up.
Thank you. The kid that eat a dick. But I heard that Cara Saunders and Royce Dunn. I got to wait till Caleb's done swallowing this dollop of whatever he put in his mouth before I say this, because he might choke on this. I don't want to fuck him up. I heard that Cara Saunders and Royce Dunn. No, not that they're dating. No, nothing like that.
Mm-mm.
I heard that they are going to compete at the Torium Pro.
Okay.
And because what I'm about to say makes no sense. I want to tell you that. Like, at least I can't make sense of it. So don't get all like crazy and be like, hey, that doesn't make sense. I agree. It doesn't make sense to me either. I'm just saying it.
Don't downplay our YouTube.
Yeah, I hate putting words together that don't make sense, but I didn't put these ones together. That Cara Saunders and Royce Dunn, who are competing at the Torium Pro, since they are not vaccinated, the Torium Pro will only be allowed half capacity. Now, I did ask some questions. Is that to protect them or the audience? And I could not get an answer. Maybe it's not even true.
I'm excited about that because it shows they're focused on safety. They're focused on safety.
Athlete safety.
Yeah, which in the past, a lot of these things haven't been focused on athlete safety. So,
dear world, I want you to know something. Dear planet, dear other countries besides the United States, I know it scares the shit out of you when you see the United States falling apart. You're like, oh my God, what a joke.
What chance do we have?
Yeah. But I must say this, dear Australia, to watch how stupid you guys are has broken our heart, because we kind of think that about you. We always thought that about you. We thought you were the cool kids. Like, your chicks like get drunk and run around topless, and your dudes are just free spirited and like, like getting scrums together. Like, you express yourselves. You drink out of big beer cans and shit. We always thought you were cool. The weather was great. You had nice bodies. Steroids wasn't frowned upon. It was just part of fucking your throw it in your Cheerios. But man, to see how dumb you fuckers are. You guys are fucking. Oh my God. And by the way, I saw a documentary the other day talking about the lockdown, about how California was locked down. You have to know that that's a lie. Like, maybe those nutballs in LA did that. No one ever locked me down. If I went to a park and there was yellow tape saying police line, I cut that shit off and me and my kids went in. No one tells anyone. No one's telling anyone what to do here. Yeah.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Sevan, that can't be true. They both traveled to the games last year and needed to be vaccinated to enter the U.S.
Alberta.
I hear you. Maybe that wasn't in place last year. Yeah, Daniel, that's exactly that was my response too. I don't know Royce Dunn that well, but I do know Cara Saunders a little better, and I don't think she would get vaccinated. Fucking Sevan. I understand. Someone needs to be fucking me.
Nice dick butter.
Someone fucking me. I got 3 kids. But listen, I feel like I stole Justin Nunley's line. This is just crazy. If they really do events like that, and supposedly they're trying to hide that, by the way, that's not supposed to, like, I'm not supposed to say that.
Well, we'll know when it airs out.
So all 78 of you listening to the show right now, don't say anything.
Keep it between us.
Yeah.
And everybody else viewing it.
I'm dying to know. I'm dying to know if that's true. That what do you think, Souza or Caleb? Who do you think? Let's say it is true. Who do you think that's to protect? Is that to protect them or the audience? What does even vaccinated have anything to do with how many people you put in the stadium? What do those people think that the vaccine mitigates?
Well, when you have athletes who are breathing very heavily in an enclosed space like that, it could just like go into the air molecules, and everybody could start breathing that in, and then not could. Maybe like
is
10
going
to get
COVID. They're all good. Hey, every single CrossFit event I've ever heard of is a super spreader event. I mean, I didn't used to not talk that shit when Dave was over there, and that would suck if Dave ever went back to CrossFit, because I'd have to stop talking shit. But the games last year was a full blown super spreader event. Everyone knows it. No one's like, no, it wasn't.
I mean, every first major event where a lot of people got together was a super spreader event.
Yeah, it's like, who cares?
It was a lot of palooza.
Yeah,
it's the same with the Olympics.
I've had COVID for 2
everybody
months now.
Everybody gets STDs and everybody gets a cough and a cold.
You speaking of STDs, Caleb, I heard she may have had the first 2 vaccines. CrossFit Liz. You think she has a good body? Is that a girl named Liz? CrossFit Liz. She may have had the first 2 vaccines, but not had the booster, so she wouldn't be classed as fully vaccinated if that was the case, depending on when her. Oh, okay,
Interesting.
okay. I mean, we know. I've played that clip many times on the show where the CEO of Pfizer says that the first 2 shots hardly work, if at all. That's verbatim, by the way. CEO of Pfizer made $38 billion selling something that doesn't work, hardly works, if at all. Wow.
Sounds about our government.
Wow. You stood in line to get an injection that hardly works, if at all.
There wasn't a line at our hospital.
My penis hardly works, or my penis always works if my penis always almost always works, yet I've never seen it fail. Maybe my penis is the opposite of the vaccine. The opposite of the vaccine. It always works, but there's like I've heard it could fail, but it has not. Shouldn't the vaccine be as like good as a helicopter? Like you can't have a helicopter like kind of work, right? What if helicopters worked as good as the vaccine?
Helicopters kind of work all the time. Like
Yeah.
it's a complete anomaly because I mean half the time it shouldn't work, but then it does, and then when it doesn't work, it still works.
The helicopter.
Wait, what about Haley's
invention
comment here? Haley's comment.
If it's my wife, Haley, I don't want to read it. Okay, here it is.
No, it's not.
It's like
Danielle
those silent
Brandon's sister.
concerts where they won't let the audience sing along for fear of spreading COVID, yet they're packed in stadiums. It's crazy. Is that real? Is that real?
Those were a thing before COVID even happened. Like you could like go to like a silent disco and like you just wear headphones and you like dance around to whatever.
No. But she's saying they're not allowed to sing.
Oh yeah.
They're not allowed to sing along.
Hey, that's like the White House said recently when they saw that there was a picture of either Pelosi or Kamala kissing Joe Biden and shaking his hand, and they said that and whoever it was had COVID at the time, and they said it's no big deal because of the 15-minute rule. Dude, that's like the shit your kids do. You know when they drop food and they're like 10-minute rule, 10-second rule. It's like, dude, you just kissed him.
The rules don't apply to them.
Sevan, can you get Kara on? I can get her off. I know that.
We had her on already.
Try. Yeah. I'll reach out to her. I'd love to reach out to her. She's cool as shit. She's easy. Throw in the categories: Josh Bridges, Hunter McIntyre, Carr Saunders. Some of the easiest guests you could have. Oh my goodness. Torian Pro. Please, someone tell me if that's true. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's do it. We haven't even put the phone number.
I know. That's what I was gonna say.
This is someone who loves us. Mr. Smith.
Good morning, fellas. How are you?
Good morning. Long time. It's been a long time.
I know. I've missed you. I've seen you. Just haven't heard from you much.
Nice. You sound like, have you had your cup of coffee yet today?
I have not. But I woke up just because I need to ask you a question.
Okay. I thought you were going to say you woke up just because you need ass.
I mean,
but ask me.
But that's all of them. That's all of us.
Okay. Yes.
So
I woke up this morning to get ass and to ask you a question.
Yes. So I'm looking to enter the CrossFit space, and I was wondering if you had any type of advice of how to get started, or what are some good ways to befriend some of the games athletes, stuff like that.
Get into the CrossFit space in terms of like if it's to work out. Souza should answer that question. If it's to,
I think he means media or
get
something.
Katrin David Doder's phone number, maybe I'm your dude.
On the media side.
You know what? I
apparently don't need a lot of views to become popular, so that's a good news for you.
Yeah. I want to show you. So there's a guy, Coffee Wads and Pods, and I was just scrolling his Instagram account the other day, last night at 10:50 p.m. And I was he got a new studio built for his podcast, and it's really cool. Well, I'll play the clip from that, or maybe you could play it now. It's
He's moving on up.
It's number 70. Can you play number 70? What's this guy's name? Ethan?
Peter.
Peter from Coffee Wads and Pods. I was on this podcast. I was on episode 111.
That would be the person to definitely ask the question, because did he have a start outside of it, or he just start the podcast and just start grinding? I don't know his origin.
Can you see your screen, Jamal?
Yeah.
So that dude just did that to a wall in his house, which I'm going to tell you makes me envious.
Yeah,
I just got a pile of shit behind me. I mean, not today. Now I'm on vacation. I got my mobile set up, which is dope. But that's really. He's done 200 podcasts, and I noticed like I can't get Fraser like on my podcast for the life of me, and this guy's had him on twice in the last 2 months.
Okay.
So maybe
Peter,
that's
put in a good word for us. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I guess it depends on what you want to do.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
I always just think of how I did it and how Lillian Fuentes did it and how Matt Souza did it. Like basically just go to events and volunteer and try to get close to someone whose work you like. So if like Lillian Fuentes is a filmmaker, if you like her, contact her and be like, hey, what events are you going to go to? And can I just be just your dude? But being someone's dude is hard, man. If you want to do it good, there's no, like, you won't leave. When you go to one of those events, there's a chance that the person you thought you were helping the whole time will hate you. Half the people whoever helped me, by the end, I hate them.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you and it's because, like they just don't pull through. They're not focused enough. So they think they're helping you, but they end up being just drama for you or extra work for you, or, So, what in what capacity did you want to do it?
That's the thing. I'm not too sure, because I realize that I dedicate a lot of time to watching a lot of podcasts, videos, following their different games athletes, Instagrams, their coaches, and stuff like that. So, I realize that I do have a passion of trying to dig deeper into the space.
I have something for you. I have something for you. You could just take over. Ready?
Sure.
There are these sites, they're like called like MMA Junkie or MMA, and they're just these. If you type in UFC into YouTube, these videos will pop up, and they're 10-minute videos, and they come out every single day. And it'll be like Colby Covington gets his tooth repaired after so and so knocks it out. And then like the guy just says that, and it's like a 3-minute clip or a 3-second clip. And then it'll be like Dana White today talks about his favorite meal is pizza, and then it plays that. And it's basically what Craig Ritchie does, but does it well. Craig Ritchie's thing is 12 minutes long and 11 minutes and 58 seconds of him just sucking himself off. I do not know how anyone watches that shit. But these MMA ones, there's none of that. And the memes guy does that too. Don't ever put yourself in it. Like they think that's why that's why that guy has 400,000 subscribers and I have 3,000, and he has to ride my dick, because the 3,000 that we have are stronger than the 400,000 he has, because he doesn't realize why people are there. The people are there to see his memes and to hate on him. Like they never seen anything so woke and illogical and tarded. Peace and love. Yeah. But you could be like and so they're desperate. So they get attracted to people like him or to Craig Ritchie. I mean, Craig Ritchie's at least positive. I'll give him that. I shouldn't say at least. That's a great aspect of him. He's super positive, always positive. Smiling. His chick's smoking hot. Like it's good. I shouldn't pile him up with the dude who's just a vapid pit of darkness and hate. But I would start an Instagram account and follow like 1,000 people, the biggest influencers in the space, 1,000 of them. And every day try to make a short video that's 10 minutes long and put it up. That's basically just a quick commentary, just a quick little highlight of what everyone's doing. That will explode, dude.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea.
There's nobody doing that. It will be huge. It will be the biggest thing in the space. You'll overtake everybody.
And then you don't have to come up with your own content. You could actually use their content for your content.
How come it says you're muted, nice, but I can hear you?
Because I mute my own mic, because I'm using the mic that's plugged into
to the Rodecaster.
Correct.
Yeah. So like it would be like Craig Ritchie smiles 354 times today in his video. Sevan calls out Spicks and Kikes today on his video. Cara Saunders quads are bigger now than they've ever been. You know what I mean? It's just like you just go down the line. Meme guy gets exhausted from riding Sevan's cock and dies of dehydration. I mean, you just go down the line of just shit and just like put it all.
Yeah, always throw Andrew Hiller in there too because he's the popular one. So ride that wave.
Rich Froning gets a divorce, and then in there you put April Fools. You know that's how you get the clicks. But if you want to know clickbait, you just ask those other dudes. But
and how many times a day do I say breaking news?
Right.
As many times as it takes.
I'm telling you, this idea. Probably Hiller's listening right now. He probably already put together the first video. He's like, damn.
He's halfway through it.
That's why Sevan was chief marketing officer for the fastest growing company in the history of planet Earth. I was feeling sorry for that lady Erin again over there.
The Waze lady?
Just all those people. Andrew Wine. I feel sorry for anyone who's in the media space over there that has to fill my shoes. I mean that with peace and love and humility. Like everyone there knows you're not 1/100th of me. Everyone.
Wild Zombie's giving you some love. Come work for the evening wipe down.
Thank you. I will. Thank you.
Thank you. I think he's talking to Jamal, not you.
Thank you. And I go ahead, Jamal. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, like I was saying, I knew I came to the right person because, over time, since I started watching your podcast, I've been slowly trying to find more of your work and stuff that you film, the behind the scenes stuff, and really get a better understanding of the CrossFit space.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. I appreciate it. I hope that I will say this about the all those people in that space. We all inspire each other to make stuff. Like the meme guy inspires me to say funny shit. Craig Ritchie inspires me. I mean, his following's fucking awesome. I hope that I do the same for everyone else. I hope it's just one giant ball of inspiration and we're all just like feeding off of each other. The guy I spoke about yesterday at the Morning Chalk Up, who wrote that article that made absolutely no sense. I mean, I'm thankful. I really, truly am thankful. Like I got excited when I see that. Like part of me inside is like, thank you, Patrick. Handkerchief. Patrick Handkerchief.
That was it. Patrick Handkerchief.
So someone just needs to ride all our dicks. Someone just needs to be like, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
Sevan cannot stop talking bad shit about Craig Ritchie. Like make that your highlight and then she'll play that clip.
You just do the best of, like you already said it. You just take the best piece of content from each one of the people that are already creating media in the space and then just put it together as a short little, like, what'd you miss this week? And then once you get the following, you could start to branch out and kind of do your own stuff off of that.
But don't do it too soon. I don't know about that. I don't agree with what Sousa said. Don't put yourself in it unless you're funny and awesome. I didn't mean like unless you're amazing like me.
Like his own. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Okay, and my last question is:
I would like someone to draw a picture of Andrew Hiller and I in the '69. I just had a vision of that. Two adversaries warring.
My only other question for you, Sevan, is
yes.
As far as editing goes for videos, what is the basic thing that I can start with and then build up to?
I mean, fuck, man. There's these cats. You're asking. Go ahead, Caleb. What?
I said pull it up on YouTube. That's what I did. Just find a video editor that you like using and just start like looking up how to do shit. Like figure out the shortcuts to the stuff so it makes it faster. Use the program, just chop up random shit. Like that's basically how I picked up on doing it. It's just watching YouTube videos, or I mean, you can ask, maybe DM some people every once in a while that make good videos. I know Christian Harris posted something a while back in his Instagram of like the apps that he uses to edit videos and stuff like that. And I use probably half of those. Like there's like Splice and Rush and all that shit. And you can just throw every video clip you've ever made and just throw it into a project and then create it from there.
Craig White says he uses InShot, but a fucking violent anarchist like him, everything he uses has to have, it's like in knife, in shot, in fucked, in killed, in like, so like, I don't know if you should take his advice. You got to ask someone who's younger. They know what they're doing. They don't even have to be younger in age, but like that Justin Nunn, like so many of these, like we had the guy, sorry, I'm all over the place. Who's the guy we had on the eats raw meat guy? John, that guy has 3 accounts with over 1 million or maybe 2 million subscribers, and they're all meme accounts. And he does all his shit on his phone. The younger generation, that's the thing. That's why like old people shouldn't be president of the United States. Like I'm almost like I have like 5 years left in me before I should just be. I'm only capable now of talking into the podcast. I shouldn't be doing any of the technical stuff. There's some 12-year-old who can do it better than me already. So Jamal, you got to find someone like that Justin Nunley guy. Ask him what he uses. The guy we had on. I mean, he's exploding. 5 million followers on TikTok in 3 months. So, and maybe that's the way you do it, dude. They use that that method of stitching. They get their brain into the stitching thing. So you play a clip from Craig Ritchie and then you talk about what he just said. You play a clip from someone, Sevan, then you talk about what he said and you stitch them all together like that. I don't know. You find even a whole new format. But if you go to YouTube and type in UFC, you'll see all the TMZ shows for UFC. There'll be like 20. And then the next thing, what's really exploded the podcast as of recently is childish and superficial as this sounds. These pictures that Will Branstedter's making, the thumbnails, it's fucking taking shit to the next level. So, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Man,
it's not enough just to be good, amazing like me.
I know. It's
you can even be ass.
Constant variants of facial hair that people are really drawn to. I think they don't know which Sevan they're getting.
Yeah, I put the goo in it today. I was kind of embarrassed the way I looked yesterday. I'm kind of embarrassed the way I look, period. But I'm fighting through it. I was inspired by Raw yesterday. He made a post. Raw of Earth, Ronnie Teasdale made a post, basically saying, "Look at Caleb jumps to action." He made a post saying that he hasn't cut any hair on his body in 4 years. It's like, yeah, like why would I not try that? Even my huge dick would vanish in 4 years if I didn't trim the pubes. It would be crazy. Look at him.
Does he have it tucked into his sweatshirt?
You know he has his own. You know he has his own unique smell too.
Organic. I
haven't shaved anywhere or cut my hair in 4 years. First reason, to amplify the effects of technology produced by the hair of my body. I don't know what that means. But second reason was to be able to perceive myself as I was designed. I mean, that's some Greg Glassman shit. There's no way.
It's pretty majestic.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jamal. Let me know. Hey, if you're going to do that, the thing you need to do too is there's this crew of people on here who are cool as shit. Like if you need help or you want ideas, ask Wad Zombie or ask me or ask Will or ask Caleb or ask Souza. There's a ton of people on here. Ask Heidi, man. I mean, her Instagram, the Fake Sevan podcast, is crazy. Find other people out here. Ask Andrew Hiller. All these people are nice. Like as much as you guys see Andrew Hiller and I fuck with each other, like if I had a question for him, like, hey, how did you do that on YouTube? He responds to me right away. And I would do the same for him. Like we're all just creators out there. Just everyone's cool as shit. They'll share ideas with you. And this crew on here in general knows that that rising tides raise all ships. So if you do launch something like that, just make sure you come on here and tell me. And even if we pull it up and just talk mad shit about it, it'll get you some followers.
Right. I just got to remember that I have to hit the follower quota before I'm actually able to come on.
Nah, you're good. You're an early. You get to come on just with one follower. If you launch anything, we'll bring it on and tear it up.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right, brother. Have a good one. Thanks for calling. Get some coffee.
All right. You too. Bye.
Alan Kesterbaum. What is that picture? He's holding a dog up in the air?
No, he's actually doing a dumbbell snatch in front of a garage door, but it does look like he's holding a dog in the air.
Like up here, like on his shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely does. Sometimes those small little...
Like he's about to suplex a dog.
Yeah, it's good for girls because normally as long as you're like a girl in there, we think you look hot. It's because the picture's so small. Doesn't matter if you are or you aren't.
So snotty. Mr. Corey, hi.
You snotty boy.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Good morning, brother.
Hey, first off, I want to say thank y'all. I'm the one who sent in that camo hat that Matt Souza put on one of the previous podcasts, Scarlet Oak Farms.
Oh, right on. Thanks. Yeah.
That went over my head.
The hat.
Yeah, he probably didn't get it to you.
Oh yeah.
The
He
TikToks.
did. Thank you. Sorry, I got it. Yes.
Kept all the coffee for myself though.
He did.
Yeah, shocker. No, I
He
just
lives kind
wanted
of
to
far
figure out a
from
way.
me. It's not his fault. He does live far from me. Like it's an ordeal for us to get together. It's like only 70 or 80 or 90 miles, but the traffic is nuts.
Yeah.
I figure I sent a bunch of stuff. Well, something for Will, something for Sea Beaver. I don't know if they got it either, but
No, they live across the country from me, so that's gonna take a
Hey,
while.
it's the thought
never
that
gonna get
counts.
it.
It's the thought that counts.
If I see about water,
I
please,
figured.
My dad told me never to say that when I was a kid. I got something for someone. He goes, and I said, "Well, it's the thought that counts." He goes, "Don't ever say that. It's not." I said, "All right."
Yeah,
it's the
you
gift that
do or you
counts.
don't.
He said, "You don't say that." He's like, "It's bullshit. Either do something good for someone or don't."
Well, I wanted to say two things. First, yesterday was probably by far my favorite episode.
Oh, cool. Thank you. Hey, you don't know how important that is to me. When we get off the air, I will squeeze Souza like a fucking tube of toothpaste and be like, dude, we really are getting better. Seriously, I'm not joking. That really means a lot. We're getting more and more feedback like that. And I can't tell you how fucking simple I am and how much that I fucking love that you guys are liking the live call-in shows.
It's definitely feel.
Because I'm on vacation. I'm not on vacation, but I'm away from my house and I don't want to take any fucking guests for 2 weeks. Because I don't feel like I can give them the attention that they deserve while sitting in a kitchen in a fucking $5 million fucking house where I'm just getting drunk every day and doing burpees.
Well, I mean, we have a couple businesses. We have a couple businesses, and that's what I tell my wife on hers is, people just want to see you. If they start to resonate and they tune in for the crazy shit you're probably going to say, but I mean, it's what we need to hear.
Well,
and that's why
that made me feel a little weird in my pants. By the way, I got embarrassed. I think I shrunk.
There was some movement down south.
No, it was like the wrong kind of movement. I hate compliments, but thank you.
You can turn your penis inside out without touching it.
Yeah. The main reason was I've got a 3-year-old, and that message that you said about your friend who told you, fuck you because she's trying and she had to put a mask on her kid.
Yeah. And she's a great, I love this lady and I love her kids and I love the fact that they come over all the time. And so it was a reality check for me. Like, you fucking pretentious high horse motherfucker. Like, you need to chill.
Well, that's how I felt, about you. I felt like a pussy for a long time because I didn't want to put a mask on my kid and we were going to take her out of school. And when she says, why can't we go to school? She bust out into tears because I didn't want to put a mask on her. So we were kind of forced into a corner to, let her go to school because she was having fun at 3 years old. But my protest was I work at a university and, I didn't wear a mask even though we were supposed to. I definitely wasn't going to get vaccinated. And I just felt like I was trying to fight as hard as I could and in near tears seeing my 3-year-old play with kids on a playground. And my point is, just out of consideration, consider that we're trying.
Yes, sir.
We don't know the right answer, but I am trying my hardest to figure out how to think the right way. And
totally fair, brother.
It was tough.
I do come across as crazy judgmental, and I am crazy judgmental. What's weird is I do have I'm very open also. So it's a weird combination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it, but I appreciate it. I mean, I'm not good with conflict, so I get conflict from you on YouTube, but I just don't have to fight back.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I just turned 36 in February.
Yeah, I was horrible at conflict at 36, man. Horrible.
I'm getting better with our businesses. We also have a property management company, so I've got to be pretty good with conflict with the contractors and stuff like that. I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
Yeah. By the time I got older and I got way, way, way better. It's weird, dude. There's this point in your life where like there's people around you who are like mature, who would be like, you need to, let's say you were an independent, let's say you were going to talk to your boss or you were an independent contractor, and they'll be like, you need to charge what you're worth. You need to charge. Like, people would say that to me in my 30s. And I was just like, part of me was like, I knew I was too much of a pussy to do that. And I didn't believe in myself enough, but it really worked out for me to go the other way, to just do everything for free and just let shit, like just focus on what I was good at and let the rest fall into place. But now that I'm like, I don't know if my age hasn't, I don't think my age has anything to do with it. I think it's just this vast, insane resume I have behind me that I'm just starting to realize I have. Like literally in the last 6 months, I've realized, holy shit, I can't believe how much I've done. And that has made me realize, oh, I guess I do have crazy value. But I didn't think I needed to force it on people in my 30s. Like older people were telling me, and I'm glad I didn't listen to them, even though I think they were right.
I think most people don't understand it's about value add. Like everything you do should be adding value. And at 30, 25, or, since I teach at university, as soon as they graduate, they think, where's my big paycheck? You don't know how to add value to anything yet.
Yeah.
In internships, they get paid. Like, why are you getting paid when, there's people who've been there for 20, 30 years and you don't know shit at 20 years. And I didn't know anything, and I hardly still know enough, but it's just learning how to add value, and then, money will come.
And the other thing too is I was talking about it. It's extracting your own value.
What's that mean? What's that mean?
What that means is when you enter a job, you have to say, what am I doing and what is the optimal outcome? And if it's the hope that somebody gives you a bigger paycheck or something like that, that's completely out of your control. But if you go into it of like, what am I taking away from this and how can I use what I'm taking away from this to carry on to the next job or to the next whatever, then you're going to get value out of it back, regardless if that comes in the form of a paycheck or not.
Oh, we were
like
just
building your
about,
mastery.
We were just talking about this the other day. Mm-hmm. Well, hey, I can't speak. I mean, he's sitting right here, but that's definitely what it's got to be for Will and Caleb.
Right. They'll be
so it's like it's like they have to only be involved because they're somehow are enjoying it. Like 99.99999%. So because they ain't getting shit from me and Souza.
Well, think about it.
Coffee's nice.
Did you even get a shirt? Did you ever even get a shirt?
Yeah, I've got a couple.
Did you have to pay for it?
You probably got more than you do.
I bought one of them, but then
it's fucking ridiculous. More. It's ridiculous that you had to pay for a shirt.
The other thing with going back to the conflict stuff is, depending, each situation is going to be different, but I look at it in two different ways. Number one, you have to be confident in the decision that you're making, because if you don't have confidence in what you're asking for, whether that's a price increase or whether that's payment or whatever the case is there, then no one else is going to believe it. So first you have to believe that your work is that valuable when you go to ask for it. The second thing is if you're trying to solve a problem, look at it as like, hey, there's me and you, and then there's this problem over here, and we're looking to solve it together. And if you use that verbiage and you kind of set it up that way, it becomes a lot easier to discuss certain problems or conflicts that are arising in the job. Now, like I said, each situation is different, so you have to apply those in context.
What if you said you have to be confident? You know what I would do, because I didn't have any confidence? I would do, and people thought I was confident, but I wasn't. I would just convince myself that I didn't care what the outcome is.
Yeah, that's kind of where I've tried so many different
but I'm
things.
just like, I don't care what the outcome is. Even though I really did, I would trick myself into not caring, and then that would give me like the ability to speak up. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I've tried so many different things, and I've failed, 1,000 times. And like, so that's kind of how I'm going into this conflict situation, is like, I didn't know the end result for any of those other situations I was in. So I'm not going to know how this conflict thing is going to work out. You just freaking try it and then continuously get better at these conflict situations. Like it's a freaking learning process. And I don't know why I was so scared about it. And then the first one, it was like, well, damn, that wasn't that bad. He didn't punch me in the face. So I guess I can do another one.
Corey, I had you totally, like, I've seen your name forever, right? And I had you totally pegged as someone totally different. So weird. I pictured you like a 23-year-old Mexican dude who drove like a slammed older, really nice, like Toyota pickup truck that was like lowered with nice rims and maybe like speakers in the back. But I
had a Honda Civic SI turbo.
Nice.
Close.
Souza has a Honda Civic.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy, even though I'm not a fan of his at all, I think he's a bully, but that guy, Bio Lane, that guy bought a fucking what looks like a $11 million house on the beach, and he drives a Honda Civic. He's like, fuck you. I'll drive what I want. That's like a reminder to him to save his money. Pretty cool. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Yeah, I'll send you a link.
My car's a reminder of me to save money too.
Well,
So
I have one more.
I know. I totally. You know what's even worse, Dick Butter? I don't even know that I think I know you. Like I wasn't even conscious that I had Corey figured out until now. I'm hearing him talk, and it's like, what? Like you guys are taking. You guys live rent free in my head. Totally rent free.
Go ahead,
I
Corey.
thought you were talking to me when you said Dick Butter.
No.
That is,
You're like, how did you know? I swear I'm on medication for that.
yeah, on FaceTime. I got one more question.
That was the grossest thing anyone said on the show.
I just got the newsletter.
Uh-huh.
I just got the newsletter because it went to my spam, so that could be an issue for some of your listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even get one. I was looking for mine yesterday. I didn't even get one. I'm looking. I don't even know how to look in my spam.
We had to stay on theme. You don't get shirts. You don't get the stuff that people send to you. You don't get the newsletter.
Hey,
shut up and work. So
the newsletter is killing it. The newsletter is killing it. By the way, so we've picked up an incredible. I should not talk shit about Australia. We have picked up an incredible benefactor for the show. Like fucking incredible. We're so fucking lucky. We have this. This lady's nuts. She is a beast. She is
super successful,
physically, mentally, emotional, fucking powerhouse. And she's an Australian woman. No, this is like some next level, amazing shit. I can't even believe it. It's basically the lady who's letting us stay in this insane beach house. I was going to tie that into what you were saying. And so. Basically, yesterday we had a meeting with her, if you want to call it a meeting, and we hung out with her for hours and we talked about the newsletter. And just in that time that we were talking about the newsletter, I watched another 500 people sign up, and I'm so excited. And I just want to make it something that you guys are excited to get in your inbox every single day. And so
there's gonna be some cool stuff we talk about all the time, and like it's gonna continue to evolve just like the show did. But I'm really excited for that because it opens up a whole world of possibilities. So,
I want to say this really quick. Cool. I should have started the show with this. So when I worked at CrossFit Inc., there was this proposal I had to Dan Bailey, and I was like, hey dude, what if we just got you fucking juiced to the gills and tried to get you into the games without anyone knowing you were roided out of your fucking mind, and then we pulled you off, and then we made this whole documentary about how you're juiced to the gills, and then at the end, after you win the games, we show that you were on steroids and you give the money back and whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's just like but on a totally different level, what I want to do is there's this company that sponsors us called California Hormones. And basically what I want to do is I want to find something. Basically what they do is they take a blood panel from you and they look at all your blood work.
I'll do it.
And it goes through all these fancy
sold.
I really do. And I want to find someone who, and I think what they do is it's not, they don't give you steroids, but what they do is they optimize your health, basically looking at your blood panel. Right. And I think one of the supplements that they offer, and I don't know all the details of it, I'm going to get a doctor on and talk about it, but they give you like peptides, which then allow your body to, I guess that's the precursor to making testosterone or something that leads to higher levels of testosterone. Anyway, I want to find someone who wants to do that and follow the,
you said no steroids?
I don't think it is. I don't think they give you steroids.
No, it's not.
But they give you something that turns up your man. And I want to find someone who wants to get their blood work done, and then every month come on the show and tell me like how this has affected their life, the treatment that they get from California Hormones. I'm dying to know. Basically like a killing the fat man.
The reverse.
How old are you, Corey?
36.
Yeah, I think the California Hormones, I think they have clients like from their early 20s to like 107. So, but I'd really like to follow someone every month for a year and have them as a guest on the podcast and like just be like, so how are things changing? And just like, you know, in the beginning, he's just like solo with some like old porno mags on the ground, and by like the third episode, he's got like 3 women behind him.
He's driving a Lambo.
Yeah.
With a bunch of chicks in the
he's
car.
got a raise at his job.
Yeah, I'm in for all that. Yeah.
All right.
Deal. So
anyone who's interested in that, like, I'm serious. I think I'm serious. You you should probably DM me or email the sevonpodcast@gmail.com. The sevonpodcast@gmail.com, and we'll find someone. We'll get them like somehow involved. The Sevan Podcast will pay for it. We'll get your blood work done, and we'll just figure out like, hey, peptides, HCG growth, and some swarms are usually prescribed at those clinics. Swarms? Swarms? Okay. I've been on TRT for 2 years.
Looking a lot, Craig.
He's just fucking just
He's just aggressive.
Dude. Yeah, just
just aggressive. Yes, this is actually what will happen. You will start with California Horror Month, and you will turn into Dan Balzerian. You'll just be on a private jet with just swarms of girls around you.
You'll be like the swimmer for the college team.
I don't want anyone who smokes weed. I don't want anyone who smokes weed either. I'm judgmental.
Don't be judgmental.
I am.
You think they'll forget to take it halfway through?
Oh
shit! I forgot, dude.
I don't want anyone who's a drug addict, like, as I suck down my coffee. Okay, thank you, Corey, so much for calling in. You sound like a great dad.
One last
question. Yes.
Have you considered the nonprofit route for your newsletter, to do like a Wikipedia type thing where people can donate to support it instead?
No, but I would like it. I don't. No, I have not. I don't know enough about it to say anything, but really, I'd just like to become so fucking filthy rich, like Vice or Barstool, or like I just would like to just let it seep into everywhere. So I don't know if nonprofits for me.
All right, I was just asking.
Okay, thank
you.
Either
way, I'm going to support it. I appreciate everything.
You the man. Thanks,
Corey.
Yeah, and thanks for chiming in. I appreciate the reality check.
All right, I'll message you about the steroids.
Great, thank you. I should not be spokesperson. It's not steroids. I don't know why I just get excited when I hear steroids.
All right, go ahead and message us for this.
Not steroids, but I'm sorry that I just.
Are they owned by Pfizer? No, they're not. Dominic, they're not owned by Pfizer.
Let's go to number 73 real quick. I want to make sure I get this out there. Hey, I want to say something about Con Porter real quick. There's like, in my life, I've hung out with just a lot of really good-looking dudes, like way more good-looking dudes than good-looking women. And there's always like some girl will be like, well, he's not that good-looking. Not one woman has said that to me about Con Porter. Not one. I think he's
won by unanimous decision.
Yes. Like you'll hear some girls be like, I don't know, Rich Froning's not my type. I'm like, what? But not Con Porter. There is no. There isn't. It's all men and all women. Everyone just like, I don't think he needs the nose ring though. Every time I see his nose ring, I just imagine him laughing and like a bubble of snot blowing out of it. And you know that's happened. Just like you know what I mean? Like,
you know that's happened. You know it's happened. Don't deny it.
Just a snot bubble. Okay, number 73. Stop using Duckduckgo. So it looks like Duckduckgo is out. Someone said to me, Duckduckgo CEO Gabriel Weinberg, another white male, has announced that the search engine will begin purging all independent media outlets from the platform. Fuck off. Fuck you.
Wait, what does that mean, though?
Who knows? But I know that they were stopping Russian misinformation. And anyone who talks like that's just an idiot. By the way, I'm reading this book, Hunter Biden's Laptop. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I don't know if I should be allowed to read shit like that. When I mean read, I mean listen on audio. So Duckduckgo is out. Someone is telling me that the one to use is Brave.
Wait, so the CEO came out and said that? I don't understand. Explain this more.
Basic Bruce Wayne says it's not true. Let's see what else. Oh man, I saw that last week. Oh, let's see what he'll answer here soon. Sevan, you should ask Eddie Bravo on. Oh, I know I should.
That would be a cool guess.
That's the jiu-jitsu guy, right?
Yeah.
And I heard he's kind of crazy too, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, he gets off.
I don't smoke weed, and I'm not a drug addict, but I'm a female. Am I eligible for your? Yes, of course. Of course you are. Yeah, there's women. It's not a steroid experiment, though. I shouldn't have said that. It's because I'm an idiot that I said that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Just trying to sell it.
Yeah. It would be like if I said Caleb has alopecia, but really he shaves his head. It's like I'm just saying it wrong. I'm just saying it's wrong. HRT is the same, bro. That's how you know he's on some stuff. If he wasn't on stuff, he would have just said HRT is the same. But because he's got bro on there, you know. Oh, this dude's so cool. I think this dude has 3 sons. Olsen dudes. Happy Easter, gentlemen. Have an awesome day. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to an Easter egg hunt with my kids today. So excited. I don't think I've ever done an Easter egg hunt with my kids. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We're visiting these friends of ours, and they have twin daughters, and I got 5 bubble guns. So 3 for my sons and 2 for their daughters. And their daughters are 3. My son, these girls have never met my boys before, and it's going to be a trip because I don't think this mom and dad know how much other kids like my kids. It's fucking nuts, especially girls. My boys are so nice to other kids, and it's going to be on. I'm so excited. They're going to have so much fun. I guess Russian UFC fighters made some controversial comments last night regarding the war. Like what? Like nuke them and let God sort them out? Like what? Like
That's what I was wondering. Like, what controversial? What does that mean? Like,
there was I knew a Marine, and he had this picture. I think he had this picture in his house, or where did he have it? But he had this giant picture, and he drew it, and it was a fucking nuclear blast, and it was just bodies everywhere, and it says nuke them and let God sort them out. Is that a military motto? Caleb, do you guys say that every time you guys like?
Kill them all, let God sort them out.
Yeah.
That's a very boot thing to say. They just it's really stupid. Like
I like it.
I feel like most people don't normally say that, but some people will, and it's like, fucking shut your mouth.
Yeah, it is stupid, but I like it. There's like that show Jackass. It's stupid, but I like it.
There's a book that I listened to, Code Over Country, and they were talking about when all these operators got together in one dude's house. They basically just crowded around the TV and watched a slideshow of pictures from their most like gruesome kills.
Oh,
and like drank and like cheered it on and everything else.
I bet that can't be healthy.
I would assume not. No,
I could see it being a little cathartic because then you can like you're talking about it, you know. Like I think the one thing that most, this is just I'm not speaking from experience, but I'm just from people that I know. Like when they do have, like when they go through traumatic instances like that, they usually just start talking about it, and then if they have like a medium to talk about it through, and like kind of a stage too, then it's a little bit more relieving, I guess, than.
Well, in the book, they're pretty specific as to, and one guy was hanging from the tree with the back of his brains blown out. And apparently when your brains are blown out, that mush actually could just get into one long string. Yeah. And they were drinking and cheersing and hooting and hollering at the TV screen. So, I mean, maybe that's a form of therapy. Caleb, I'm not in the military. I don't know. Maybe, you know more than I do, but sure. Whatever medium people are comfortable about talking their experiences in. We should support that.
You'd be surprised, yeah. I think it'd be rather to like joke about it than to be like in a therapy session. I don't know. I just find it.
Luis.
They brought their wives too.
Luis.
Oh, nice. Even better. That's good. That's good.
Will you play number?
Is it Luis or Lewis?
Both.
Thank you.
Will you play number 71, Caleb? Becoming a Millionaire. Becoming a Millionaire.
And guys, the lines are open for donations, so go ahead and keep those coming on in. They are open now for donations.
What does the word donation mean?
Let me look that up first.
Okay. It means we're in a tight spot here. No, I'm just kidding. But we definitely appreciate all of it. It's crazy. We were just talking. You were talking about it. We were just saying, like, I mean, how incredible grateful we are for all you guys and just how crazy the trad is and everything else.
Something that is given to charity, especially a sum of money. Well, basically, those of you who are giving money obviously know that all that money goes to supporting this and pushing this thing forward. And we push as hard as we fucking can, and we take it extremely seriously. I don't ever just come on here and just wing it. There is no winging it. I take the show crazy serious. Okay, number, so what was it, 70? Speaking of winging it, Becoming a Millionaire.
Yeah, I got it.
71, sorry. Here we go.
But the second million is inevitable. It's not becoming a millionaire that's important. It's the person that you must become in order to become a millionaire. You have to become a completely different person. You have to develop character beyond 99% of the people in the world. You have to develop honesty and discipline and the willingness and the ability to work and set priorities, and because without that, nothing is possible. The first million is hard, but the second million...
I wanted to say something about that honesty when I heard him say that, because honesty was something that was really hard for me to get a grasp on. And that comes with being a liberal, because you're so trained that it's more important to be nice than honest. And there really isn't, they're not even in the same category. They are not even in the same category. Being nice is such, if being honest is the best thing you can be in the world, being nice is like number 654. It's not even like they're close. They shouldn't even come in conflict with each other. And I think Corey was saying this too. You avoid conflict, and so you lie, and it's under this guise of being benign and nice. Honesty is so important. Once I started really becoming honest, everything started changing. Yes, and here it is. Nick says it. This is exactly where I was going, baby. This is exactly where I was going. And then the next thing is about being honest with yourself. And that ties into that, because you're not being nice to the person. You're not being honest with yourself when you say you're being nice to the person, because you haven't defined even what nice means. Who is the bigger spoon? Come on, Nate. Come on. So and I do this part of the show where I always ask words to be defined, because we really need to know what we're saying and what we're thinking. We have to. It is the biggest problem with liberals. It is the biggest problem that I used to have, because I thought that I knew what words meant. I thought I knew what I thought. I thought I knew who I was. And I had some really amazing, enlightening experiences, but you don't. Until you really start cracking into those words. You can be basically crazy powerful, crazy enlightened, and still be crazy manipulated by other sorcerers. What do I mean by sorcerers? I mean people who use their words. I'm not stopping. Oh,
I was going to go the whole different direction with that.
Oh, I am stopping? I am stopping. Sorry. Fuck Julia Slowinski. I am stopping. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, well, it depends on how many people sign up for this newsletter.
Yeah.
And,
if we don't get to 3 million newsletter subscribers, fuck all y'all.
Speaking of honesty and manipulation, let me go ahead and manipulate our audience.
I fucked up the hype train. Somewhere recently something has I'm pretty
it's a runaway train now.
I had a fun. I got so excited last night. Colt Mertens, and I texted him and asked him if he got his shirts. I sent him some shirts, and he hadn't got them yet. And he texted me back, and that always made me pretty excited. So we chatted a little bit, and he said, "How's vacation?" And I said, "I don't really do vacation," but I knew what he meant because he sees that I'm here. But yeah, I don't. This is now part of my life. I was actually talking. I don't know if it was. I was talking to Gregor yesterday, but I can't even imagine what I'd be doing if I wasn't doing this now. Here's money for Sevan and Souza's bar tab. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Tommy. Tommy, did you see the interview with Jacob Rodriguez? I wonder if Julie Slowinski is related to Slowinski, who owns the building that CrossFit HQ used to be in Santa Cruz. I wonder if you're related. I am not the bigger spoon. I wish I could say I am. I'm just a little spoon. I need a big spoon. Good morning, Heidi.
We trade off.
You can't stop, or my fake Insta will never take off.
We were talking about your fake Insta earlier in the show. I don't know if you were on here yet.
Once you start, it's a little bumpy when you first start being honest. It's a little bumpy, but you have to start with like the smallest things. So when you, and those are the things my wife used to call me out on. So like, someone would say, hey, like this one isn't true, but my mom might say something to me like, hey, can you come over to my house and help me move this planter? And I'd be like, tomorrow, I'm in bed right now. But I wouldn't really be in bed, but I felt like I had to say that in order you don't need to. Just start from those tiniest things. It's to avoid discomfort. You don't ever have to do any lying. It's not necessary.
That's what I was gonna say. The social engagements are the first step.
Yeah.
Someone's like, "Hey, do you want to come over?" And instead of just saying no, I don't want to, or no, now's not a good time for me. I already had plans made or something. We tend to be like, "Oh, I can't because," and you give some like random reason.
I didn't text you back because I was in the shower. You don't owe anyone that. It's not being nice. It's being dishonest. It just, as soon as I got free of that shit, my fucking life exploded.
I think people start
and I didn't even know. You don't even know. You don't even know. Say that again, Caleb.
So I think people come to you more too, like just to have conversation or to ask for advice or like.
Yeah, they trust you.
Exactly. Like it's starting to happen at work too, where people just start coming to me. I mean, just to talk to me in general, but some people come in and ask for advice or, hey, what do you think about my resume here? Or like just things like that, just because you're honest. Like you're going to give them a good assessment of what's happening or what they're doing, and they're gonna trust that you're not gonna give them any bullshit.
Yep. Go ahead.
That's why people who don't like Dave, that's from what I can see from my perspective, that's 100% of the reason why. Because he's honest, and you will push away those people who are dishonest at first, and like it takes a while. I was able to get past that, even though I wasn't as honest as him, because I'm emotionally, like, I don't know, just rock fucking solid. But people can say stuff that hurt my feelings that won't hurt my feelings. I can watch that, but once I saw that his honesty built him integrity, and what that does is that you attract better people to you who just want to like move forward. Mm-hmm. I think Bergeron said it, growth at the speed of trust or something. Like that's another way of saying it. And I think that's where Caleb sort of was taking it. One of the side effects of being honest is people trust you more, and then you just start getting more growth just everywhere in your life. So I think Patrick Bet-David talks about it in that, what was that book you told me to read? That I read?
Next 5 Moves.
Your Next 5 Moves. Yeah, trust.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most important piece, because without that, you're always going to be kind of second guessing and unsure. And to your point of talking about Dave being honest, they're one of the firefighters that helped me kind of get into the space. He's brutally honest and very straightforward, and he's the union president of where he works and everything else. And my cousin said, "Hey, I want to get into the fire service." And the first thing I did is I said, "Okay," so I sent him to this guy, because I knew that it was going to be a harsh reality check for him, but I knew it was going to be the best thing. So if he actually wanted to get that job, he'd go talk to him. And when they had a discussion, he goes, "Okay, why do you want to be a firefighter?" And he goes, "Oh, I just really like serving the community." And he goes, "Okay, cool. So what have you done to serve the community now?" And he gets real quiet, and he goes, he goes, "You don't need to be a firefighter to serve your community. So what have you done to serve your community?" And he goes, I guess I haven't. He goes, "Okay, lesson number 1, don't say bullshit that you can't back up."
Damn.
And he goes, "So if you come into the room and a couple of the guys that you want to be friends with go, 'Oh, we all enjoy fishing,'" going back to being honest with yourself, "we all enjoy fishing. Do you fish?" And he goes, "Well, sometimes I do with my dad." He goes, "You don't fucking fish, because the next thing they're going to ask you is, what pole do you use? Where's your favorite spot?" And he goes, "And then the second you can't elaborate on, you just said you like to go fishing, then it's done. They're going to be like, this dude's full of shit. He's just saying whatever to fit in." So if you go there and they go, "Hey, do you fish?" You go, "No, I don't fish." He goes, "Then you could break into the conversation later. But I did enjoy going with my dad for the few times that we did, but I don't know anything about it."
Another one is so here's a big one as a liberal, affirmative action.
He took it there.
Well, it's just a lie. It's racism. Right. It's racism. It's letting people into college based on their skin color. But you don't say that. They change the name of it to affirmative action. And as a Democrat, you're like, yeah, that's a good thing. And everyone thinks that that's like on some level, everyone thinks, oh, that is a good thing. Everyone should have a fair chance. We should be open. We should be. But then when you start thinking, but you're doing it on skin color. Why don't you do it on culture? Why don't you do it on what street people live on? Where does that stop? But when you don't call it racism, then it grows. So that seed is planted, and then it's grown into the nightmare that we have now. They just lie. It's just lie. It's just nonstop lies coming from the left. I'm not saying that they don't come from the right. I'm just saying from where I come from on the left, it's just nonstop. It's all lies. And then they'll say to you stuff like, "Oh, but Sevan, it's not black and white." Do you know why they do that? They just brought me into the conversation. You see everything as black and white, Matt. You see everything as black and white, Caleb. You see everything. Don't bring me into it. Let's just talk about. We're looking out here. Don't bring me into it. They do that to stop the conversation because they know you're now walking on truth. So, okay, I need to say something funny. This is getting too much. I'm going to erase that. So we played Becoming a Millionaire. I want everyone to become a millionaire. I had this lesson yesterday in my meeting. Someone was saying that other people don't like other people's success. That drives me crazy.
Yeah,
I hate to hear that.
Going back to that millionaire thing, I think like a tangible thing is just focusing, and I think it's Charlie Munger who says this, but focus on saving your first $100,000 free and clear of cash. Because so many people focus on $1 million, but they can't save 10,000. And they don't realize that it's not about, in order to get to the $1 million, you have to have steps. So if you're able to save,
I was a homeless guy making $7 an hour and I saved 20 grand.
Exactly. So if you are going to think that you're ever going to be financially responsible with money, but yeah, you can't save $100,000 because that's really hard to do.
Yeah,
I mean, and
agree,
I'm talking free and clear. Like you just need to have $100 grand in cash sitting in your bank account. People can be, well, you got to invest it, whatever. Okay, invest. But either way, a liquid $100,000 free and clear of all the bills that you're paying sitting off to the side has to be the first goal. And the reason why is because it's going to take crazy amounts of discipline to get you there. And most people see these different lavish lifestyles of people that make a lot of money, and they don't realize that you're looking 20 years down the road on this individual. You're not looking at to where you are. So right now you need to figure out how you could pinch every single penny to put that 100 grand into the bank, because then you'll be able to take those financial disciplines with you as you start to make more money.
I was just thinking as you're saying that it's like losing weight or a diet. But just with money. Start with
those small steps.
When you're going to do so, there's something called risk assessment, right? So let's say you were going to give everyone in the United States a vaccine or some sort of injection to heal them, right? Let's say you were going to do that, and you knew that it would save 5,000 people's lives, right? But you would have to also think, to save those 5,000 people's lives, what if it cost 10,000 people's lives to do it? Let's say you've realized that in that process, 2,000 people were going to die in car accidents driving to get those 330 million injections, or twice 660 million injections, right? So that's 2,000. So now you've only saved 3,000 people's lives. And then let's say that all the needles you're going to make and throw away, they were going to do so much damage to the planet, they were going to shorten everyone's life on the planet by 3 years. Like you have to, let's say that you also knew that for every 1 million injections you gave, 2 people died by just because they had their genetics had an adverse reaction to it. So now you have another 2,000 people. So if to save 5,000 people, 12,000 people have to die, you're doing the wrong thing. You are doing the wrong thing, and you have to think like that. If you want to be smart, which I don't think a lot of people do. I do not think a lot of people do. But I want you to play number 63, please, Caleb. And this shit, like, if you don't think this shit is happening, you want to know how COVID spread? I'm going to tell you. This is it right here. This is, I would be willing to bet 2 inches of Suze's cock that this is how the majority of COVID spread. This is in China. This is in China. And these are women hand assembling the PCR test. No masks on. Good thing they have hairnets on. They're just taking the swabs and sticking them into individual packaging. You don't think this can happen because you've never been to India or you've never been to China, where they have over 1 billion people, and you don't realize how much stuff is assembled by hand. When you go somewhere like that, you see stuff that you can't even believe. You'll see a pile of just the tops of like Coke cans, like those tabs, that's larger than the biggest building in your hometown. A 20-story pile of those just in a recycling center. And they were all thrown on there by hand. We're pen caps. I went into this one village and they had piles bigger than buildings of all the different parts of pens. Here's the caps, here's the tips, here's the bodies, and they just recycled them. Those were women in China assembling PCR tests by hand. So that thing you stuck in the nose, that lady touched every tip.
But I don't think she touched it for more than 6 seconds, so it's probably okay.
Right. I mean,
it's only the handle. It's only the handle.
I hate to just keep picking on liberals, but it's the same thing like this. When people say, "Oh, I drive a Prius or a Tesla, and it's pollution free," and then you ask, "Well, where did the electricity come that charged it?" Oh, well, they don't even know it's the coal burning plant down the street from their house. It's like, how can you not think like that? How do you not think? I used to package toilet seats by hand. No, with your tongue. You used to package them with your tongue.
Oh, dick butter.
Oh, dick butter. Yeah, it's just so. Is it delusional, Bruce, or is it they just people just don't that no one wants to think?
No one wants to look in the kitchen of their favorite restaurant.
I remember when I had kids and I had to put car seats in, and I was thinking, I wonder how many lives this saves versus how many years it takes off of people's lives with these things just being thrown into dumps. Can you imagine?
Interesting.
I bet you the pile of car seats goes to the moon and back. I'm not. It's what?
So you think it's that many?
I think it's yeah, absolutely, just hundreds of millions of them. Hey, it's like the thing with it's like the thing, and I'm totally pro-choice, but it's like the thing, like I want to see a picture of all the dead babies that have died in the last 40 years from abortions. Show me and show them by ethnicity and race too in the piles. I want to see that. I want to see a graphic of those dead babies.
That's intense.
Yeah. Well, people sit there and fucking they're like, you can't understand pro-lifers. It's very easy to understand a pro-lifer. How could a pro-choicer be so upset at a pro-lifer? They're the ones who are in the fucked up. Like, you're defending your right over your body to a baby dying. We need to be compassionate for them. They're clearly in the right. They're clearly in the right. They're defending a life. You're defending your pussy. Sorry. There's no comparison. I would fucking, if I was in the womb and you could ask me how many people should die for you to be born, I'd be like, all of them. No baby wants to be aborted.
Yeah, it's true.
But Sevan, your life's going to be really, really, really hard. So what? I'll get out of it. I want a shot. I want to start crying. Can you imagine that? Asking a baby, do you want a shot or not? Okay, fuck this. I say something funny now.
That was heavy.
I know. I started getting all twisted up in my.
Well, now I'm
shit.
thinking of like that graphic you were saying of like the piled babies. It's intense.
Let me think. Okay, number 36. Why the assault bike? Or 35. I didn't give Hiller any love yesterday. I want to jerk Hiller off for a second. What is this number 35 Hiller fit? What is this thing?
Did we plug a sponsor after those last comments? Or
Hiller pays us. Go to Paper Street Coffee.
God.
If you want to think more about abortion, drink a cup of Paper Street Coffee and get that brain fired up. God, I felt my tear ducts turn on.
We can't say abortion that many times. I think it dings us in the YouTube.
Oh, sorry. I didn't say abortion. I said
NASCAR.
I said NASCAR. Oh, will you play number 35, Hiller Fit? I need that. I got all sorts of Hiller stuff.
Paper Street
Oh,
Coffee.
yeah. This is so
dude.
great. This is whether you're pro-life or pro-choice, drink a cup of coffee and think better about it.
Oh.
Paper Street.
Good
even
commercial.
though I think half the people who bought the coffee have gone to the wrong website. That's fucking Gabe. Fucking it up. By the way, remember, I need someone who wants to get their blood panel done and live a healthier lifestyle using California hormones. Okay, let's watch this a few times. This was so funny when I saw this.
Get that man a script.
I don't know whose Instagram account this is, but it's a motorcycle and it's tagged CrossFit and it's running down the street.
It's Travis Bellinghouse's company.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
That better be an original.
How come it's stuttering and I can't see it? Okay, so it's a motorcycle driving down the street and it's called CrossFit. And then a dog comes out barking at the motorcycle, and that's the CrossFit community. And it forces the guy in the motorcycle to crash into a car, and the car is Hiller Fit. Oh, it's so much better on my phone than on this show.
Is it choppy for you too, Caleb?
No, it's clean for me.
Okay, it might
good.
just be all right. It's choppy for you.
Okay, go to number 28. I didn't understand this one. Someone sent me this and they go, dude, this is brutal. This is from Wad Zombie. I didn't Sevan, stop being a pussy and take some testosterone. Someone else to be your pet is hilarious. My pet? You mean like if I get all juiced up, I can make other men my pet? Okay, play number 28. Let me see this. Okay. So this is a picture of Maury Povich. For those of you who don't know, like I don't know if he's still on the air.
Oh, he's
anymore.
definitely on the air.
He is on the air. Okay,
He
so
is? Holy
he's
shit.
kind of like
savage.
he has like a talk show where like they bring like, you know, like one man impregnated like 30 women and he'll be on stage with all 30 of them and they'll talk about how he's going to support the kids and shit. It's kind of like one of those weird shows. They used to be popular when I was a kid, those kind of shows. And so it's a picture of him like reading a card and then there's Justin Berg next to him. Justin looks so clean shaven. And it says, you said it would take 70% of erroneous scores between athletes to make a difference. By the way, did anyone ever figure out what that even means? Do we even know what that means?
Erroneous or
just that whole statement? You said it would take 70%.
Was that an actual quote from him though?
They said something about there being needing to be 70% of the scores would need to be wrong to affect the people at the top. But anyway, it says common sense and simple math determined that was a lie. Can keep scrolling. So that's just Wad Zombie saying, is there some underlying tone or it's just straight out saying, hey, you guys are lying?
I just think that CrossFit said like, oh, all of the erroneous, just because there were erroneous scores doesn't mean it was going to make a difference in whether or not you guys placed higher or not.
And then Wad Zombie made this just.
It was a statement that he gave to the Morning Choco.
Okay, so it's Justin is the guy saying the top thing, and it's Maury Povich saying the bottom. Reading from the common sense and simple math determined that was a lie. Is that savage? I can't tell if this is savage. It was that statement that you gave to Morning Chalk Up. It was on that statement they gave to Morning Chalk Up. Anyway,
like Hiller's comic, common sense would be the downfall of CrossFit. Could be the downfall of CrossFit.
I saw a great quote from Greg the other day about the beginning of the end of CrossFit. Like he said it like 10 years ago. What would be the end of demise of CrossFit? I'll post it soon. I'll post it soon. It's so good.
I like his clown analogy about the games, where he said like, you know, the people who sell the cars, like the car dealership, they'll bring in a clown and a balloons to kind of attract more people. But really they're just trying to sell more cars to get them on the car lot.
Right.
And he goes, and then something ended up happening and it became more about the clown and the balloons than it did actually selling the cars.
They became a balloon factory and a clown factory.
Right. So meaning like the whole essence of what it was originally there for ended up taking over and the principle of it's lost.
Your marketing is more hype than the product. You become it. I heard one time that I think you can just look it up too. I heard that Gatorade spends $300 million a year on marketing, just Gatorade. And I was like, wow,
that's probably a low figure.
Your product tastes that shitty that you have to spend $300 million a year tricking people to drink it.
Did you see that thing that our friend Patrick Brett David posted? And it said it's funny that, or I think he just did a comparison. What's more concerning to you, Elon Musk owning Twitter or Bill Gates owning all the farmland in the U.S. or majority farmland owner in the U.S.?
Yes.
I think it's just in the state, isn't it? Or see in the entire country?
No.
I thought it was just in the state of California.
Nah, bro. Entire country. State of California.
Literally.
It's Bill Gates. No, he owns the most private farmland owner in the whole entire U.S.
I saw another version of that too. Okay, play number 68. Look at this one. This one fucking blew my brain. This one I was like, wow, this guy's hitting a home run. Play number 68. Talking sex to kids is okay, but talking about your coworkers is not.
Oh, yes.
This is amazing. Why is talking sexually in the workplace considered sexual harassment to adults, but talking about sexuality to children, kindergarten through third grade at school is considered essential? So there's the thing that the liberals are lying to themselves about again. Gay, they conflate gay and homosexuality with like freedom and acceptance, and they have all these other words, but that's not what it's about. Not even a little bit. Not even the tiniest bit. Me having sex with my wife and making kids has nothing to do with freedom, and it's just me and my wife having sex and having kids.
I don't understand
why. So whether it's
conversation.
gay or straight, say that again.
I was just saying, why would it ever be a topic of conversation? Why can't everybody just kind of figure it out on their own? Like you don't need to push it. You don't need to force it. You don't need to put it.
If something fucked up happened to you, you should have someone you should be able to talk to. Like,
but that's
like if a kindergartner comes to school and tells his teacher, "Hey, my parent touched. Yes, my parents are always touching my privates, and I don't like it." I think maybe that teacher, that teacher has a responsibility then to report that to someone.
Yeah,
but
I have a friend that went that.
But outside of that, no one, the teacher should not be talking to the kids about their sexuality.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Or bringing up any kind of.
I went to a bar last night, kids. Got right by some dudes. Like, why would you?
Yeah.
And you know what's.
And here's the thing that people will say too. What about this idea? And I've had this discussion quite a bit lately. They said, well, straight relationships are everywhere.
Okay.
And so what's your issue with gay relationships? And I'm like, they're not.
They're not.
They just shouldn't be forced. If, for instance, I had a kindergarten teacher and she was a lesbian and she forgot her lunch at home and her partner came and dropped off her lunch and the teachers were to kiss, that would be my kid's destiny to see that. And I have no issue with that at all. None. If I'm dropping my kid off at school, which I would never fucking do, never. And there was two dads, a dad dropping off a kid, and the dad and the, I don't know, somehow the two dads were in the car and they kissed each other, and one of the dads got out of the car and walked the kid to the class. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. But there is something, and I'm going to use the word normal. You choose whatever you want it to be. There's penises and there's vaginas, and they're meant to go together, and through that pollination process, other people are born, and that's what's keeping the planet going. So you can call it normal or not normal, but that shit is just going to be there. And anyone who's pushing against that, fuck you. Like, fuck off.
I specifically remember,
and that's what I feel it is. I don't feel it's like this acceptance of other types of sexual relationships. It's you're forcing those relationships. That's the part that's like, no, fuck you. You're forcing those relationships in, and you want to denounce these other relationships. No, sorry. That's what cocks do. Cocks and vaginas go together, just like the bolts and nuts and screws and all that shit goes together at Home Depot. Go ahead.
Well, I just remember.
And all the animals, not just us, all the animals do it. The whole fucking planet.
I like that. You were like, go ahead. Then you just went one level higher.
It's just, it's not even like the gay thing is not even like 1%. It's like 0.5% of 0.5% of 0.5%. It's like nothing. Everything on the fucking planet is fucking itself to make more the opposite sex in order to make more of the stuff. That's how it duplicates. Stop. Go. Sorry. Go ahead.
So I think I was probably like maybe 9 or 10. And I was going to San Francisco with my mom to visit one of her friends. And we get off the BART train, and there was two gay guys. They were holding hands, and they turned, and then they kissed each other. And I specifically remember looking up at my mom kind of like, what? And then she just goes, oh, yeah, they're very similar to mommy and daddy, but sometimes two boys like each other and two girls like each other. And then we just kept going on.
Done.
Like there was no other conversation.
Done.
And then from that point forward, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like it didn't.
And if you're some sort of religious person and you want to tell your kids those people are evil, that's your prerogative too. That's not what I would do. And for anyone who's staring at two men kissing, that's okay too. It's just not normal. My kids stare at people with one leg, one arm, two men kissing, two girls kissing.
Just not what they're used to.
Dogs fucking on the beach. My kids stare at that too. If you're just not used to seeing something, it's okay. You can stare all you want. Us animals do anal too. I don't think that's true. I think that caged zoo animals, you motherfucker, Aaron. I think caged zoo animals do some weird shit, like dudes in prison. I think that's like the largest rate of like homosexuality actually in the animal kingdom is like if you start when you cage animals, they start doing weird shit. You are not a biologist. I understand. I'm just a dude who reads some books and shit.
You know what else to piggyback off that story? Now that I'm thinking about it, when you were, I mean, we've had discussions about this, but
if it's not normal, why are you trying to normalize it?
That's what I was going to say, because then we would go to.
And if you want it to be normal, there's cities for you, and it's okay. I would raise my kids in the Castro. I don't care. Castro's the gay district in the city. Actually, I wouldn't raise them in the city anymore at all. I wouldn't like. God, where is the gay? You know where the best part of the country would be? If there was part with gay conservatives.
That's all over.
There are good.
Absolutely. Like
Yeah,
that
Good.
no,
Douglas,
yeah.
like Douglas Murray. That's who you want to be around.
I think the dude
Wealthy, intelligent, and fastidious.
I think one of the guys that owns PragerU
Is gay?
Yeah.
Good.
I
love it.
But on the flip side of that, we would go and do some sort of social thing, right? And my mom would be taking us and stuff, and she would go, "Oh, make sure you always include everybody." Like that was the deal. Like I was usually one of the older ones. Make sure you include everybody. And then they would, for example, and I know Johnny's a little different. I know he's a little weird than the other kids. I know it's going to be a little strange, but you have to include him too. So then before I
Was Johnny the black kid?
No, Jesus. And so before I even met Johnny, right, you're already going, oh, okay, there's something weird here, so I'm gonna have to go, and then you're looking for it, right? As opposed to the flip side, when we saw the gay couple, it was just like, yeah, some mommies and daddies are daddies, and some are mommy, and then it just moved on. There was no like over exaggeration of and you need to like them or anything like that, and then that normalized it. But going back to Johnny's a little different. It's going to be a little hard to. Now I'm like, okay, well now there's something up with Johnny. That's not weird.
Yeah.
So just make the statement, give him space, but it shouldn't be. I don't think it should be pushed in the classroom. I don't know why that would be a thing.
There's a gay version of every type of straight person. Thank you. You're right. Of course that's true. Of course that's true. There's a straight person. There's a straight version of every type of gay person too. How about we say that the other way around? God, that should be some rap lyrics.
They're just parents. Yeah, that's right.
Hey, I mean, how about in The Wire? That guy died, by the way. Who is the gay gangster in The Wire? He's my favorite character in The Wire.
I didn't watch the show.
Do you remember that show, Caleb? Who's that guy in The Wire?
I can't remember his name, but I'm looking it up.
Will you Google
Omar?
Omar. And what was that famous line he would always say? For real. No. Man, what is that? That show is so good. Yeah, that's
You come at the king you best not miss.
No, that's good though. I like
Omar
that.
don't scare.
Oh, what is it? Omar
don't scare.
No. Let me see. It's like a Omar, I don't scare. Man, money. Okay, let me see more items. Damn, you're good, Caleb. I think he died. I mean, that's one of the greatest characters in the history of television. He was gay. Remember that shotgun he'd carry in his trench coat? Man, I would have liked to have met him. Avon Barksdale, Omar. Man, what is that line that he would say?
Is that a shotgun?
It's just like it's like for real or Omar. And there's a he's sitting in a car with a girl and they're about to kill someone. What is that? What's his last name in the show? Omar what?
Little.
Omar Little. What was the name of that show? The Wire.
The Wire.
Omar the Wire. I wonder if I just go to was it The Wire? I wonder if I go there and I go to YouTube and I go to videos. It's a really short video. Omar's coming. The Wire. It's all in the game. Best not miss. I'll think of it and I'll bring it back for another show.
Aaron has a good question. I'm not sure if we're.
Why is Omar the greatest character on The Wire? Oh, no doubt. Omar, no doubt. I got it. Indeed. It's indeed. It's indeed. It's not no doubt. It's indeed.
Yeah.
It's indeed. I'm so excited. Where is do you see it? It's a 21-second clip. If you type in Omar Indeed and he's in the car with that lady. Will you play that clip? It's 21 seconds. It says YouTube B. Malloy, August 20th, 2011.
Oh, God. Oh, there it is.
Oh, I have such bad memory. My memory is atrocious. I might as well just not even be a person. Okay, here we go. This part right here. See if you can rewind it.
People. Ain't like this whole motherfucker. Why we got to keep hitting up the Barksdale people? Ain't like this whole motherfucking city ain't got stashes all over it.
True that.
So why?
Because.
Because.
Indeed.
Liberal talk. Because indeed. Man, he was good. Oh, Omar, why'd you have to die? Okay, what was the question? Sorry, before we...
So we got this. Aaron says, off topic, but are you sending anyone or a group to the games this year to do any shows or semis? So I just said it was a good question. We also, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about it yet, but we also might be having some cool stuff for you guys too.
Yeah, whoever gets all juiced up, we give them free tickets to the games. How about that? So not only you get to be interviewed and we follow you for 12 episodes, and I get to ask you how it's affected your libido, and we see pictures of you with your shirt off and shit, and we blow you up, but we also send you to the game.
And I kind of misinterpreted the question. I thought he meant like sending like a like we were sending people, but then now I realize he's asking like if we're doing coverage of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, probably not.
So
we're not doing coverage, but we might send somebody.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen with semifinals. I will tell you this. The semifinals directors that we've talked to have been extremely nice and extremely open. Basically, they've just told us, hey, CrossFit has a huge fucking problem with you, and they're never going to let you run the stream. It's sad because they know that we would only help them and the community and the athletes. There's no downside. The only downside by CrossFit letting us be a part of coverage of the games is that it would make this platform bigger, and then when I did talk shit about them, it would hurt more. So I get like when they do the math, maybe that's what they think. They just need someone over there just to fucking just somehow kiss my ass so hard and bring me inside the fence. But they don't have anyone over there. First of all, they don't have the leadership to do that. They really don't. That is the big problem. But even if they did have the leadership, then it would require the humility. So like they don't know how I'm going to react. Like, what if I go public with it? What if I do acquiesce? What if it might be as easy as just like cut me a check for $18 a month. And my, you know, yeah. And I'm just like, I'll never say anything bad again. I promise. But they don't know. So I'm not banned from the games. They're just not.
We're just not allowed in.
There's nothing like that. There's nothing official like that. I just have talked to people about getting the stream, and there's no way they're going to give me the stream. But it's a huge mistake on their part. Huge. It really, if that thing that Fikowski gets behind, or the FAA, or whatever that thing is that those guys do, him and Annie do, like if they should be like, hey, you should be giving the stream live to anyone who wants to push it. I mean, I would blow that shit up. Look at this, like a fake donation from Rich Holden, $7.99.
It's like giving us a gift card that's not loaded with any money on it. Here's your gift card.
Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Great show. Happy Easter. I hope you guys get to spend a lot of time with your family and friends and kids. Tell someone you love them a lot today. Susan and I and the boys, 3 Plain Brothers, and my wife are going to head over to. What are you doing, Caleb? We're heading over to an Easter egg hunt right now. What are you doing?
Make a bunch of food this afternoon to call my parents. That's probably it.
Are you gonna work out?
No, probably not.
What?
No, I had a pretty heavy day yesterday. One of my friends is still prepping for semis, so I just hopped in on there. It was like 3 hours of shit.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Really? And so you
loaded up on workouts.
I had a friend like that who was training for regionals one time, and like they would do workouts like I can't remember which one. I think it's like Eva. And in it is like 600-800 meter runs, but then there's some other shit you have to do. So I would just do the running part with them to push them.
800 meter.
Oh, 3.8. Is that what you would do? So like you wait over at the pull-up bar, they run a 400, then they come in and you just do pull-ups with them. Yeah,
right. Or like do like a partner. It's like me and a partner, and then she'll do it by herself. So
yeah, and you go against them. Yeah, we would do that.
Like,
shit
hey,
too.
we beat you. We're like, yeah, well, you also did it with 2 people.
with 6 people.
Did you see Nick's question before we jump off?
Are Are you going to let us fans write articles for? Yes. Okay. I'll give you a quick tidbit on that. So we are about to start getting into that space. Let us let me tell you, the newsletter went out and the link was wrong to Paper Street, and we spelled someone's name wrong, and we thought a vagina was a penis and a penis was a vagina. We had some issues, but it's okay. I don't care. But we're going through those things. But very, very soon here, we will have Jim. You asshole. Very soon here, we will have a spot on the blog, and we're going to expand out there, and we're going to start having a rankings page where we rank the best CrossFitters in the world. I think we'll have a ranking page for the best UFC fighters in the world, and we'll start having people write articles for us. And we would, Nick, I totally appreciate it if you have some articles, but I want them to be fun. I really don't care about the dumb shit stuff. I don't want to do anything that's like, I don't want to do anything because like we feel like we have to do it. Like that article that I was making fun of yesterday where the guy was totally wrong, and it's talking about the affiliate liaison program. Like that's just, I don't want to do any of that. I want to do either smart stuff like, hey, fat. It is proven here that if you fast 20 hours, every time you fast more than 20 hours, old mitochondria die and new mitochondria are born or created, and therefore you'll have more energy. So you should fast 20 hours a week 3 times, and then show the study. I like that, and then I also like
Freakonomics.
Interview with the 3 women regional, the 3 semifinalists who have fake breasts, and what are the implications of having fake breasts as a professional athlete. Like that's the kind of shit I want. Fun shit. So, yeah, beef organs, a mouthful of meat. Yeah, stuff like that. Do we have that still? Let me see where that is.
It'd be under brand.
Okay.
And no, I don't think we do anymore.
Oh shit, we don't have it. What happened to it?
Oh, you know why? Because it's under the Wadapalooza one.
Oh, did you just switch it?
Yeah.
I thought I felt it switch. Oh yeah, okay. You mean like this, right? Was this it?
Grass-fed beef organs, a mouthful of meat.
Yeah.
Classic.
Hey, when you change that, it changes on mine too.
Yeah, changes our whole platform.
Yeah,
switches the brand.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is why we can't let you be in charge of the technology.
Right. That's like, yeah, no one over whatever how old I am.
What
Okay.
about some satire?
Yeah, of course.
Always welcomed.
Oh yes,
Mr. Zombie.
Very soon we're gonna be there. Are you going to steal
Zombie.
Brian Friend from Morning Chart? I don't know if steal's the right word, but I think that everyone should be everywhere. That's the thing. I think it's awesome that Brian and all the dudes who like the chases and hopefully we can get Bill more, Grundler, but anyone who's willing to. I don't want to keep anyone from doing their shit like at Morning Chalk Up or as long as they can handle like when we point out what douchebags they are, it's fine. It's totally fine. But I value those publications for the content that they inspire us to create. So if you want to be on the Tommy and Shami show or Get with the Program or Coffee Wads and Pods or Morning Chalk Up or Craig Ritchie's you want to work out with Craig Ritchie, like, yeah, I think you should be able to swerve all over. But if Brian was going to write cool shit, I would like it to be on our site. Like by the cool shit, I mean, like I said, like fun articles that will draw a lot of like, oh yeah, I give a shit about that. Like why you shouldn't drink Gatorade while you're working out. Like if someone, like, I think that's interesting. If you can prove that. Or I think it's interesting that you would get fake tits, but you want to be a professional fighter and they weigh weight and you're trying to cut weight. Like that shit's just fucking crazy to me. I want to hear about it. When referring to Bill Grundler, Sevan just say hi to me. Okay, understood. Okay, guys, love you guys. Caleb, thanks for coming on. Susan, thanks for coming on. We will see you guys